Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new chapter of One Piece, which is on chapter 927. This chapter right here looks really simple, not too bad. Although when it comes to certain things here and there won't be any One Piece chapters for the next 2 weeks or so, possibly, because it's gonna go on break and it says it might have a double issue coming out in the new year, which I look forward to. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that Frankie, Usopp, and Robin are eating Sanji's soba, and it's pretty tasty, pretty good. And of course, Sanji's always happy to see that Robin Chan is actually eating it, and every other girl are starting to love it. When it comes to Frankie talking to freaking Sanji, of course, it was just freaking hilarious. Aside from that, we see to it that some people were cutting in line apparently, and we see to it that Sanji ends up talking to him and says, "Yo, if you want some soda, please go in the back of the line. I'm not here to cause any trouble right now." And the guy's like, "Oh, I don't think you understand. We want to know who gave you permission to come to this island. Not to mention what part of the Kyoshiro family. This is our island. Apparently, it's the Kyoshiro family, Kaku, Kuni, and Suke, whatever the hell their name. They say you'll have to pay us before you could operate a shop here. If so, that means if something bad were to happen, we'll protect you." And Sanji's like, "Oh no, that's not necessary. I'm actually strong by myself," etc. We had to the Robin ends up giving out some info about a few days ago when I was sitting in a room named Kyoshiro. They are no subordinates. Something about arrogant samurai, and then he's a leader of Yakuza group. Apparently, we see to it that when Sanji says he could protect the shop himself, they end up causing some trouble by spilling out a lot of food and ruining someone else's soba apparently. And Sanji can only stare in total rage right now, and Sanji can only say everyone leave, the shop's closed for today. And Usopp's like, "Oh, we gotta get the hell out of here. They did something that they should never do in front of Sanji." And Frank's like, "Oh, there's gonna be a fight, huh?" Even Sanji tells the guy off, "You're going to have to eat all of it, sir. You just spilt a lot on the ground right now." Even right now, we see to it that everyone runs away while the Kyoshiro family's trying to start a rampage, but Sanji freaking one kicks the guy who spilled the soba or ruined Sanji's shop in the face and slams him down to the ground. And we see to it that Frankie comes in and beats up another guy and freaking suplexes him so hard that he's knocked out. He can't even get up. His face is all busted. Everyone's like, how in the hell are they able to do this? That kind of thing. And we see to it that Sanji ends up shoving all the soba down the guy's throat for spilling it. Oh, he goes like, eat it, you nerd." And I'm thinking about yeah, this is good. And the guy goes like, "You're gonna regret." The guy who got away from Sanji and Frankie's beating goes like, "You're gonna regret this." I'm thinking about you stupid fool. You don't even know what the hell you're messing with. Bring in Kaido, you freaking coward. And we see to it, of course, Usopp's like, "Well, they were asking for trouble, so I think it should be okay." Apparently, the huge line about the soba is not around here, and it only becomes worse. Those guys are going to come back with stronger forces, but I'm thinking in my mind, yeah, those guys ain't worse of what they can do. And we see to it that Sanji sees a kid whose soba got spilled, ends up feeding him another type of soba, and it's a little small child named Toko apparently, and she's actually enjoying it. And of course, Sanji's really happy to see that that the young child is actually having a good time of it. And of course, the girl is Otoko or something, and ends up having a laugh out of it and says, "Thank you for the meal. I'm really happy," etc. And we see to it that that she's gonna be super late because she has to go to the courtesan procession or something. Which we see to it that the courtesans are beautiful, so make sure you come by and watch. She says, that kind of thing. And we see to it that Sanji and Robin and Usopp like the kid, while Frankie's like, "Courtesan Kamuro, who is she?" And we see to it that an old lady shows up and says, "Oh, she is actually very beautiful lady of all the superstars, you know? I mean, her name is Komurasaki, you know? She's the dream of all men, her womanly charisma, everything about her, she is like perfection. The moment you look at her, you're gonna like be in dazzle and daze, you know? You can already hear them, like the cheers, screaming, lauding. Today's the Shogun's banquet. It's at Orochi's castle. Even right now, we see to it that Robin herself actually got summoned to Orochi's sitting room, which I go like, I really hope she becomes safe because I'm not really sure who this Orochi guy is, but one thing for sure, it's not gonna look pretty. That is for sure. But aside from that, we see to it that a lot of men just stare at Komurasaki and they end up being in daze and they fell down in love. Even every single male like thinking of mine, oh my gosh, I can't handle you, and they end up falling down, you know? And they need about 20 stretchers because a lot of men just died from blood or just loss of blood or something. But we see to it that one of the guys ends up the guy who ran away from Sanji and Frankie after seeing two people getting beaten up shows up and says, "Oh, so the sober owner beat two guys up, huh? Go send them some assassins this way." This will quite cause a commotion, but it doesn't matter. And Master Orochi just ends up showing up and tells Komurasaki, "Today's the day that I will make you mine." I'm thinking in my mind, I don't know who this Orochi guy is, but one thing for sure, there's a bunch of silhouettes that shows a lot of dragon heads, so I guess he might be a devil fruit user, but we'll have to see. Aside from that, this chapter was simple. Sanji was doing the soba shop selling, and some guys causing trouble, spilt Sanji's food, which is something that you should never do because don't ever waste food in front of Sanji because he will kick your butt. And he showed that example and murdered the guy. Even Frankie comes in and murdered him too. Not literally, just like they kicked their butts, which is to be expected because unless you are a very strong subordinate or something of Kaido's, then you don't stand a chance. And of course, there's a new character named Toko, a child from the capital. It talks about some beautiful woman named what's her name? Komurasaki, and then they end up having to have a joy of it. Aside from that, yeah, I think the One Piece will be on break for maybe 2 weeks or something, or just be on break next week, and it's gonna resume in the new year with a double issue. So we'll see. Aside from that, pretty cool chapter. Nothing much happened. Seeing Sanji kick some major butt, not to mention Frankie, and then hanging out with Sanji and etc. Looking forward to more. So until then, I will see you guys in my next video. I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!